Hi, welcome to another episode of Vivid Aquariums TV. I'm Dave, and today I'm going to talk to you about buying live rock for your reef aquarium. Live rock is very critical to any reef aquarium as it's a major part of the filtration for your reef tank. As currents and power heads push water through the live rock, beneficial bacteria living within the rock are going to convert waste from ammonia to nitrite to nitrate. So having an appropriate amount of rock, usually a pound to a pound and a half per gallon, is important, and it'll be a great way towards filtering your system naturally. Now, there's many different types of rock available on the market today. There's uncured or pre-cured rock, as well as fully cured rock. Pre-cured or uncured rock basically includes a lot of sponges and creatures that may come when the rock is collected, dead algae, and things that may die in transit when the rock is shipped to the U.S. Basically, to cure the rock, you're going to need to put it in a large trash can or something that holds water, put the rock in there with a power head to create some strong flow. You'll notice that the water is going to get very dark and awfully stinky. You'll have to hold your nose probably by the end of it. But within, a week to 2 weeks, you want to change that water out, pump it out, and then put new salt water in. One more time, get the rock nice and fully cured. Make sure all the dead sponges and algae that had died are off the rock and moved away. And then you'll be ready to take the rock and move it into your display tank. Now, if you buy fully cured rock, we do that for you here. We have bins over there. We'll cure the rock and get it ready for your display. In fact, though, if you're starting a new tank, you can put uncured rock in the display and actually use that uncured live rock to help cycle your tank in the beginning. A new method that more and more hobbyists are trying is to dry out the rock. The main reason for doing this is that live rock can contain a lot of different parasites and critters that you don't want to introduce into a display tank, such as bristleworms, mantis shrimp, all sorts of crabs that can pick at and eat coral or grow large over time and attack fish, as well as parasitic clove polyps. So drying out your live rock can make sure that you're rid of all those types of critters. You're going to have a longer cycling time when you do that. So to dry out the rock, recommend, as we did it for our big display back there, we took out all 1,000 pounds. We dried it out for about 3 weeks out in the sun here. Then we pressure washed it with fresh water. We put it back in the display, set it up as we wanted it, ran the display for about a week with fresh water to thoroughly rinse it. Then we put our salt water in, and we cycled the tank for 8 weeks. Usually when using dry rock, you're going to expect a much longer cycling process because you got to reestablish the bacteria within the rock. But it's worth it because we don't have any of those nuisance critters running around. Another subject a lot of people are concerned about is coral and algae. And they say, well, this rock has beautiful coral and algae, this rock is brown and drab. Personally, I recommend buying live rock based on the shape of it, because a lot of coral and algae is often lost or dies during the curing process, so it's not going to end up making it into a healthy display anyhow. Another thing to consider is that in a display, to get the coral and algae to keep it alive and keep it growing, you need to have the proper water chemistry, such as alkaline, magnesium, and calcium. When you get those levels in line, even with dry rock, coral and algae will grow and appear and cover the rocks over time. So at the end of the day, buy the rock for the shape, not because it's beautifully encrusted with coral and algae. And another thing to consider, you can buy base rock in an aquarium, which is stuff that's rounder, more not as pretty, let's say, and use that for the foundation. This is something that you're not going to see, but it's going to provide a good structure. And then use your nicer, more expensive rock to build on that foundation and create the main reef structure that you will see. Now, when you're building the reef tank, you want to make sure to create lots of passageways for the fish to swim in and out of, and platforms to mount the coral. For instance, if you're looking down the side of the aquarium, if you have a very steep structure, as corals on the top grow out, they're going to start shading everything below. Now, if you do a more gradual structure, you'll have light will easily be able to hit more of your corals. So it's going to provide a nicer look. So definitely think about a staircase coming up, different levels and platforms for different corals, and create passageways and tunnels for fish to swim in and out of. It creates a lot more interesting structure. So guys, that's it. Hope this is helpful. Appreciate you watching, and have a good one.